Hi subscribers, this is Bruce here from Bruce Technology Experience BTE, and I'm here to show you why I don't like Mortal Kombat 1 Pre-Order Beta experience on the Xbox Series X. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and like, as this is my first long-length video. Okay, let's get into it. Firstly, I know this is a pre-order beta, but man, does MK11 look way better than MK1. The size of the pre-beta is 14.7 gigabytes. So compared with the full MK11, which is actually 103.7 gigabytes. Okay, let's get this game started. Okay. So you got the Mortal Kombat 1 pre-order beta screen. Everything is looking light. Warning, read before playing. What else? Oh, pre-release software information. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So everything looks bright, much brighter than the dark themed Mortal Kombat 11. You also got some butterflies flying around, I guess, with Kronika not in charge anymore. Liu Kang is all about life and not death. So for the menus, we got campaign with a K that has the towers, and then we basically have the versus, which is only online at this time. Under gameplay, there's nothing much. The next section controls. What is important here is that with the enhanced mode, which is usually RB, it's not there anymore. It's now replaced with cameo. The next section is basically the video and audio section. There's nothing important here, but what you can maybe do is do the calibration section. So you can calibrate the display to your liking. I think probably the next important section there is your audio setup. They would have the three settings of home theater, TV set, or mid-size. Accessibility has nothing there important also, so that you don't need to be concerned about. And then other will just have legal stuff. Okay, let's turn into the good stuff and the campaign in towers. And now this is the thing that I don't like. Look how the towers look. Okay, you got the Liu Kang light theme, but personally I prefer the Mortal Kombat 11 look, the more darker look, and there's also a dragon, going around the tower. But yeah, this is not good. What we also can see here is that now we are greeted with 2, 4, 6 players, and it looks like the total roster is going to be 24 compared with Mortal Kombat, where you actually got 37. So you have 13 less choices. That's another bad one. Now, some might say that there's a potential of 16 cameos characters in MK1, which is 3 more players compared with MK11. But the problem here is that there is no indication that we'll be able to fully play with the cameo players. Okay, next up is to choose the CPU difficulty. I think I'm going to take easier so that I won't be beaten by the computer. I'm actually trying to show you how this game looks. Okay, so yeah, I don't like the towers. Towers don't look good. Look a bit flat to me compared to Chronicles World. Let's see how it goes. Okay, let's bring in some game sound here and see how this game sounds. Yeah, again, I actually don't like this the fight when it comes in. I prefer the MK11 fight. You can see it's much bigger there in the right hand corner compared to the small fight in the center of it. Okay, let's get back into the game. Now, the next thing that I don't like is that the offensive and defensive bars of MK11 is gone. Remember I talked about the enhance button that is gone? Well, you can only enable it now with block and some special move. And when you press the button that used to be the enhance button in MK11, brings up the cameo character, which has its own bar in the form of a circle around the cameo character. Yeah, some similarity that I can see is that basically the combos goes up to 1000 again, similar to MK11, and not like MK10 or MKX, where they basically had the combos go up to 100%. Personally, I actually prefer it go up to 100%, because I mean everything in life that you do is out of 100 and not out of 1000. But yeah, they stuck with the 1000% of the total bar. Yeah, so it's almost time to do a vitality. I think I'll be doing a brutality here. And yeah, the brutality doesn't look, it looks a lot more bloody, but it's not so realistic, because come on, how can there come out so much blood out of a body after decapitating someone? Yeah, let's see who's next from the Flat Towers. Yeah, Liu Kang and Sonya. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, the other thing that I don't like is that there are no more stage environment interactables. What we are given and told is that they are gone in MK1, and with the pre-beta we get 2 stages, of which when you do a quick search on the internet as of the 1st of September, you get 9. Okay, first up you get the Untitled Treasury Dungeon stage. Second up you get the Ancient Temple Ruin stage, and then the Fengjian Treehouse stage, the Lantern Festival Celebration stage, the Princess Kitana's Garden stage, the Shaolin Temple Raiden stage, the Snowy Mountain Temple stage, the Untitled Forest Arena, and then the stage we're fighting on now, which is Johnny Cage's expensive apartment. Also, basically all those 9 stages has night versions of it, so you could say it basically has 18 stages compared to Mortal Kombat 11 that had 25 stages. Yeah, so it's about that time that we actually do another vitality. And here Kenji is basically using his telekinesis to basically, I think, cut Liu Kang in half. Yeah, a lot of blood. Okay, this one looks a bit better compared to the brutalities. Yeah, next up in line is Li Mei and Frost. Let's see how this fight goes. Yeah, you know, I was actually thinking the other thing that they can actually bring back is test your might. You know, where you start out with trying to chop a wood in half with your hand, and then you end up close to the end of the tower by chopping a diamond in half, or a block of diamond in half with your hand. Yeah, they could bring that back. Yeah, you know, I looked at this Li Mei character, and the one thing that she does, which is quite strange for me, is that she sometimes gives this lantern. Yeah, you see that purple lantern? I mean, who in the hell gives a purple lantern or pink lantern? Unless she is, you know, wears a ring, you know, the Green Lantern ring, but where she makes stuff up with her mind. But yeah, that pink lantern, yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. The other thing that, you know, I wish that they would do much better is to do the cross-platform integration. I mean, where you can actually play with the Xbox against someone on a PlayStation. You know, here in South Africa, it's actually not that nice, because I can actually play against someone in the UK and have no latency issues, and the game will run perfectly. But as soon as I do cross-platform with someone where I'm basically in Cape Town, and I play against someone in Joburg, then I mean it's so much closer compared to someone in the UK or in Europe, but the game won't even run because basically of this cross-platform that's not actually working so well. I think probably in Americas and in the UKs and in Europes, it's actually running much better. Okay, yeah, here's another finish. Let's see. Okay, so this is basically the cameo fatality. Okay, this one looks a bit funky to me, where Lee May's bones are frozen, and when they eat her, you can actually see her bones frozen. Yeah. Next up is Kenshi and Jax. Jax looking a bit old school here. Yeah, and this is the other stage also. Basically, they what do they call it? The Ping Yuan Tiao stage. This is the 2 stages that's available in this pre-beta. What they can maybe add is more stage fatalities in MK1, because I mean in MK11 they only had 2. I mean, remember back in the day how when in Mortal Kombat Trilogy they actually had those stage fatalities where you knock the guy off the bridge and he falls to his death, or the one where you uppercut the opponent and he falls through levels and ends up in spikes, or the other one where the opponent is in a subway, you uppercut him and he ends up being knocked by a train. That'll be really awesome if they can bring those type of stage fatalities back. I think in MK11 they didn't give that a thought and just added that, you know, for the fact that of having stage fatalities, but they should add much more to MK1. Yeah, let's look at this, what do they call it, the X-ray. A lot of blood. Okay. The other thing I'm also thinking of is that, what about the secret characters? I mean, that was also a nice time in Mortal Kombat where they had the secret characters. Like in Mortal Kombat 1 they had Reptile, and in Mortal Kombat 2 I think they had Noob Saibot, Jade and Smoke, and in MK Trilogy they had Chameleon. I think they should bring that back, so that you need to do certain things to unlock in the tower the secret character, and then you can fight him and then maybe get like a skin as a reward, or you know, one of those things. That would be awesome if they can also add those secret characters that you can fight against in the towers. I don't think they didn't even do that in MK11, so yeah, bring back that in MK1. Yeah, so I think I tried to do finish, but yeah, I didn't finish the character. And that's the other thing that I also saw in MK1 is that the time that you actually have to do your fatality is a lot shorter than MK11. I must say that I did see. Okay, let's see. This is Kitana and Kano. Let's see how they fight. Yeah, coming back to that time that you get to actually perform a fatality, I know for a fact that in Mortal Kombat 11 they give you 5 seconds to do a fatality, but through this beta I've experienced that you only get about, it seems like 3 seconds. Hopefully they fix that, because that is it's quite a short period for you to actually try and do a fatality, because that basically means that if you try and do a fatality, maybe a back forward up down button, if you don't do it correctly you won't have another chance to do it, because I mean it takes about 3 seconds or 2 seconds to perform that button action to actually do a fatality. So with a 5 second window that you have in Mortal Kombat 11, you can at least do it twice and then maybe squeeze it in the third time. But yeah, it looks a bit bad in Mortal Kombat one where you don't have much time to do. Oh, that's actually quite a nice percentage there, 12 it almost 40% there, like Itano. Yeah, another thing is this. I spoke about the night stage. This is now obviously the night stage on the Johnny Cage's mansion. So you can see it looks slightly different. Doesn't look very different. But yeah, this is what they're showing you of the night and day version of the stages. Okay, let's move on to the final characters of the tower, which is Sub-Zero and Jax with that funky looking moustache. Yeah, so the last rant of mine and why I don't actually like Mortal Kombat 1, I think it's merely because of the looks, the way Mortal Kombat 1 looks. For me, it doesn't look so realistic. It looks very cartoonish compared with Mortal Kombat 11. Maybe because this is the beta and they are going to round off the character models to look more realistic. But that's why I actually think I really liked Mortal Kombat 11, because everything looked very real or realistic. And yeah, so when I saw Mortal Kombat 1 for the first time, it looked very cartoonish. And even when you look at the storylines, some of it looks realistic, some of it look cartoonish. So overall, what I see is a game that basically looks inconsistent. Sometimes the models look realistic in the trailers, and then sometimes they look cartoonish. Like they're fighting now, it looks a bit cartoonish to me compared with Mortal Kombat 11. But yeah, let's wait till the game comes out and then see if they updated it. And like I'm also looking forward to actually playing like cameo characters as the main characters, because it seems like a big waste if you have like so many cameo characters but you can't even play them. But guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe so that I can get out more content, and I think the next video will be when I was actually playing online. Thanks.